Hopefully he gets him indicted. He's been a piece of crap the whole time. He's the one who had Trump spied on. He pulled all his crap during the election.
Hold on, Jay. You're smart. I don't need the history lesson, but I need your opinion. Why would someone that guy knows what happens? Why does he do that? He knows what he's not playing dumb. Doesn't help him, Jake.
It doesn't. He thinks he's above the law. He thinks they can't touch him.
That's right.
And they might not be able to touch him.
Jake nailed it. He thinks he's above the law. That's what it is. That's what I resent about those kind of guys. Whether he likes Trump, whether you like Trump is irrelevant here. That is ignorant. And as Ron Layton said, a couple of words like that get you put in custody fast by the feds. They'll come to your house and buckle you up, man. And you can like Trump or not. That's, obviously a debatable subject here. But at the end of the day, what Comey did was flat out ignorant by definition. To post 86-47 and then to say he didn't know what he was talking about. When my kids know what 86 means. Come on, man. And 47 is President Trump. We'll see how this plays out. But I promise you right now, with this administration and with this attorney general, Comey's not getting some pass. There is no way. There are lawyers talking to lawyers right now in very high places. I would not be surprised if they filed charges against him. I would not be surprised if they arrested him. In his world, I didn't know. Ignorance is no defense. Remember that next time you think you can get away with something this stupid. And it was stupid. I got these windows in my house that need replaced. And you want to talk about timing? You got spring here. You got this insanely cool window company, Universal Windows Direct. And this is their home improvement season. What's that mean? Great windows, great product, great service, great pricing. How about this? 50% off your windows right now, half off. You can upgrade your home with beautiful, energy-efficient windows for half the cost. So, what do? 412-545-6003. I'm doing it. And you get no interest and no payments for 12 months, which is spectacular. A whole year. And a free entry door with your window purchase. Universal Windows Direct. 412-545-6003. Universal Windows Direct. Love them.
Did you hear? A recent stash of $10 gold Liberty coins from the 1800s has been found. These gorgeous gold coins are as bright and shiny as the day they were struck in the late 1800s. And less than 200 of these gold coins are available. Coin experts are calling this gold find an incredible opportunity. Call 1-800-969-0686 and you are guaranteed a $10 gold Liberty coin minted by the U.S. Mint in the 1800s. But with extremely limited availability, you must call now. These gold Liberty coins from the 1800s are still in uncirculated condition. That is history you can hold in your hand. To learn more, call 1-800-969-0686. Call now and you'll receive a free American Coin Collector's Bonus Package, a $40 value, free with every order. Call 1-800-969-0686 now to secure your $10 gold Liberty coins dated from the 1800s before they sell out. That's 1-800-969-0686.
Honey, I found the perfect place for my parents and us.
Where?
St. Barnabas. For us, the Woodlands Carriage Home Community. And for my parents, condominium-style living at the Village. My folks will love the Village. There's an indoor mall with shops, restaurants, and more. And we can relax, knowing they're safe and secure.
That's what I plan to do when we move to St. Barnabas. Relax.
Call 724-444-5568 or visit stbarnabascommunities.com.
Get Marty, brought to you by UPMC, life-changing information.
From the Aetna Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh.
100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's 81 degrees in Pittsburgh at 12:30. I'm David Colorado. Penn State's Board of Trustees will hold a public meeting on campus closures next week. News Radio KDKA's Tamira Rush has the details.
The public meeting will focus on a proposal to close 7 of the university's Commonwealth campuses, including 3 in the Pittsburgh region. The announcement of the meeting came after the Board of Trustees met in executive session Thursday morning after news broke prematurely around which campuses are proposed for closure. Those campuses include Du Bois, Fayette, Mont Alto, New Kensington, Shenango, Wilkes-Barre, and York. The board will meet at 5 p.m. next Thursday. The meeting will be live streamed with the link and agenda information to be posted at trustees.psu.edu. Tamira Rush, News Radio KDKA.
There's an increasing number of ways where you can check your blood pressure, from smartphones to watches. But as News Radio KDKA's Paul Rasmussen reports, some doctors are not yet ready to endorse them.
The most reliable way to measure blood pressure is with the traditional cuff instead of smartwatches, phone apps, and other devices. Why? Dr. Eugene Yang is among the researchers who wrote in JAMA Cardiology.
They haven't really been tested appropriately.
He says doctors need to agree on how to test the new technology, which relies on artificial intelligence. AI needs much more data to help it learn how to properly interpret signals from the body.
Down the road, we can be optimistic about it, but we still have a while to go.
Paul Rasmussen, News Radio KDKA.
On Wall Street at this hour, stocks are up slightly. The Dow Jones Industrial Average is up by 16 points. The Nasdaq is higher by 39.5 points, and the S&P 500 is up a little more than 9 points. KDK Radio News Time, 12:31. Our next update is coming up at 1 o'clock. I'm David Colorado on the Voice of Pittsburgh, News Radio KDKA.
This is Window Nation, your source for affordable replacement windows at the highest quality. So if your old windows have you boiling in the summer and freezing in the winter, you need the pros at Window Nation with installation precision and experience that are second to none. Their custom windows are guaranteed to be a perfect fit, and they're backed by the best warranty in the industry. Go to getwindownation.com or call 866-90NATION for your free estimate. And for a limited time, get 60% off all window styles plus no interest for 2 years.
Hey, folks, it's Marty. You know, CCAC is the best. Whether you want to study nursing, cybersecurity, aviation, culinary arts, business management, or train for a career in trades, CCAC has it all. Folks, this is the real deal with expert instructors, industry-grade equipment, high-tech learning spaces, and so much more. You want a big future with little debt? Register for fall classes now. To learn more, visit ccac.edu. Love it.
Are you living with dry AMD? If so, you could be on the road to geographic atrophy, or GA, a condition that leads to retinal cell death and permanent vision loss. But with Izervay, you can
slow it down and get it going slower.
Izervay slows GA progression by targeting a key source of retinal cell death, which may help preserve your vision longer. Izervay, or Avastin Captid Pagel, is a prescription eye injection used to treat GA. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may temporarily increase eye pressure. Your vision may be impaired after an eye injection or exam. Don't delay. Ask your doctor about Izervay today.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Visit Izervay.com. That's IZERVAY.com. Paid for by Astellas Pharma.
Hey, folks, Marty here. Just talked to my boy, JK, the king of Oakmont restaurants. The Lot. Have you tried it? Best breakfast you'll ever have. Carnivores. Unbelievable wings. The Pub. Whoo! The hamburgers. And how about Hofstadt's? The Italian is magnificent. So you got The Lot, Carnivores, the Pub, Hofstadt's. Every single one, the highest quality, the best food. Check them all out in Oakmont.
Judge Michelle Santacola is running for a seat on the Allegheny County Court of Common Pleas. With decades of legal experience and currently serving as magisterial district judge, Michelle Santacola has always applied fairness and integrity to the thousands of cases she has presided over. She is highly recommended by the Allegheny County Bar Association and widely endorsed by various labor organizations.
I'm Judge Michelle Santacola. I'd be honored to earn your vote on May 20th.
Paid for by Friends of Michelle Santacola.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Rather warm and humid for the rest of today with a mix of sun and clouds. Watch out for an afternoon thunderstorm, high 85. Then partly to mostly cloudy tonight with a couple of heavy gusty thunderstorms. Watch for flooding downpours and damaging wind gusts with any thunderstorms, a low 62. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
For all station contest rules, go to kdkaradio.com/rules.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
All right, it's a Friday. We've made it so much to get into. Ooh, also, Mission Impossible tickets. I got them for you. Friday, let's end the week on a good note. Colin Dunlap, 2 to 6. Right here, KDK.
So I got a text from a couple friends about one of my favorite people, someone I've known for more than 25 years, Paul Martino, KDKA TV. He's retired. Wonderful, wonderful man. Anyway, he's upset. He wanted to talk about this. I'm not kind of going behind Paul's back. He's depressed. He's anxious. He has Bell's palsy. And I looked up I talked to a couple therapists yesterday, a couple doctors. Paul woke up 2 weeks ago. His eye would not close, right eye, still doesn't close 2 weeks later. Can't talk very well at all, slurred speech. His face has drooped. And then I start talking to docs. It's similar to the symptoms from a stroke. And it's kind of a sketchy therapy. They give you steroids, and then you kind of wait it out. Some famous folks have had it. Justin Bieber, very strange look. Kind of scary. Justin Bieber was scared. Nasdaq's very big star. And one of my good friends who I love, who I actually texted her about this yesterday, and she's the good doctor at Physical who's helped so many people and so many friends of mine. So I texted Dr. Jess, and I literally said in the text, "Hey, Jess, do you know anything about Bell's palsy?" And Jess, who's here, how did you respond, Jess, when I sent you that text?
I said yes, because I've actually had it myself too, Marty.
This is unbelievable. And you're really young, so there's not really an age barrier. Tell us what happened with you and how it's treated, and what you would suggest with Martino.
That's right. So it's not really affected anybody by age. I actually was diagnosed with it when I was in high school. Wow. I was working my after-school job when someone noticed that the right side of my face was drooping. And then whenever I went home that night, I could not close my right eyelid. I was in the shower and the shampoo was getting into my eye. So I became increasingly concerned. My parents became increasingly concerned. So we obviously went to the emergency room because it does present so similarly to a stroke, because you have facial paralysis. You're not able to close your eye. You're not able to smile as well. So we went to the hospital, and because I was young and they were concerned and I was an athlete, they wanted to make sure that it wasn't a stroke, and I was diagnosed with Bell's palsy. What it is an inflammation or compression of the facial nerve. And that nerve controls muscles in the face. So that's why people have drooping of their facial muscles and why they cannot close their eyes. And it's a very rapid onset, which is why people do become very concerned that it is possibly a stroke.
How did they treat yours, Jess? How did they treat yours?
They gave me oral steroids, actually. So they gave me some steroids to help reduce the inflammation, and it resolved within about a week. And thankfully, I did not have any lasting effects. However, I also do have a minor effect is that I actually have hypersensitive hearing in my right ear, actually. So now I cannot sleep without earplugs now because all of the noise is too hypersensitive to me.
Wow.
But other people are not quite as fortunate as I was, and they actually experienced facial drooping for quite some time. The typical treatment for it is taking steroids to help reduce the inflammation. And you can also progress into some physical therapy, because the physical therapy will help prevent any stiffness within the muscles. It helps to improve facial symmetry as well. So you do exercises to help improve your facial muscles. You can do it through electrical stimulation, very similar to what we do for our neuropathy treatments, because what we do here helps to focus on the neurologic system. Because Bell's palsy is a nervous related issue or a nerve related issue, the electrical stimulation that we specifically have here at Monroeville Physical can help to reduce that. I wish that we had been around in existence whenever I had this, because it definitely would have helped to quicken things a little bit more than it was.
So hold on, Jess.
However,
so hold on a second. So the other thing, and we've talked about this with the neuropathy, he's depressed and anxious. If he gets in and gets into some therapy, it might help him even get out of that funk, right?
Oh, for sure. Because physical therapy, like I said, will help to make his face feel more symmetrical, because you don't want to go out in public if you feel like you look a little funny.
Yeah.
So it's very discouraging, and it's also a huge strain on your life. I actually had to wear an eye patch and tape my eyes shut when I showered for about a week, because it took that long to get my muscles back into functioning.
And Jess,
so
it can take a year.
Impact.
It can take a year for some people.
It can take up to a year. They recommend that you can start physical therapy once what they call the acute or the inflammatory phase is over, which usually lasts about 1 to 2 weeks, or after you start to regain some movement in your face.
Dr. Jess at Physical, 457-8200, 412-457-8200. Any idea, Jess, what causes it? Any idea?
They say it's along the lines of the herpes simplex virus. Sometimes it's unknown, but most of the time it's linked to viral infections. And that's what mine was actually caused by, because I had a predisposition to it, because I had warts on my hands whenever I was an infant and in kindergarten. And so warts are along the same lines as the herpes simplex virus. So that can lay dormant in someone's system. And that's also, if you're very frequently getting cold sores, that's along the same lines that is the herpes simplex virus. So it's just something that happens randomly, but if you are predisposed or you have the herpes simplex virus laying dormant within your body, it can occur.
It's amazing. Dr. Jess at Physical, 412-457-8200. Hey, before you go today, tell me a good story, someone you're really helping.
Someone we're really helping is we actually have a gentleman right now who is trying to get back to riding his bicycle with his wife.
Oh, wow.
We've helped him come a very long way thus far with his physical therapy. He originally came to us because he was very scared because his friends were falling and passing away. And now he's able to feel his feet thanks to our Monroeville Physical Neuropathy Protocol. And we're also practicing on how to get on and off of a bike so that he can go out and ride his bike with his wife, with his children, and with his grandchildren.
Dr. Jess, what I like about you is you offer hope. There's no dead end to this stuff. And what was unsettling to me is Martino's friend was telling me that he's depressed and anxious and doesn't want to leave the house. That's the worst thing you can do, right, Jess? And just get in a funk and just sit at home, right?
It definitely is the worst thing that you can do, because if you sit and you're sedentary and you're getting more discouraged every day, then your muscles are also getting weaker as well.
True.
Marty, give him a call. I'd say bring him into Physical in Monroeville.
I'm going to do this. Thanks, Jess. I love you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, Marty. Have a great day. And if anybody would like to give us a call, our phone number is 412-457-8200.
Thank you. I reached out to Martino and sent him her number and hoping I'm going to annoy him today and make sure he texts her, because so much of these things, so much of these sorts of ailments create anxiety and depression. And Martino's always been very verbose. He has an amazing voice. That's his thing. And so you take that away from him, and it's a gut punch, quite frankly. And his wonderful, wonderful wife, Joy, has been insanely supportive, but I know for a fact he's driving that woman crazy. And so I'm going to get him into some therapy and get him some help. I love Martino. All right? All right. Right back.
All the news you need for your day and the sports, music, and podcasts you love are all on the free Odyssey app. Download now.
Asbestos-related deaths in Allegheny County are 50 to 100% higher than the national average. In a city defined by its history with steelmaking, many local area tradesmen and steelworkers were exposed to asbestos on the job and are now suffering from lung cancer or mesothelioma. If you have been diagnosed with lung cancer or mesothelioma, you may be entitled to compensation even if you smoked. For a free consultation, contact the Pittsburgh-based law firm Goldberg, Persky & White at 1-800-COMPLEX or online at gpwlaw.com.
Don't know who to trust? Go with the sure thing. PJ Fitzpatrick has been your trusted roofer for 45 years. They've earned thousands of 5-star reviews and backed all new roofs with a lifetime guarantee on materials and labor. The PJ Fitzpatrick team of experienced professionals installs most roofs in just one day. Set up a free consultation this month to save thousands. Plus, they have a variety of financing offers that work with any budget. Don't wait. Check them out online at trustpj.com. That's trustpj.com.
Here's a few questions for you from California Psychics. Do your workdays seem to go on forever? Is your career progression as fast as downtown traffic? Or does your boss still not know your name?
Hey, you, Tina, Lisa, Sheila, whatever. Get that report to me by lunch, okay? It's Carrie, ma'am. Just get it done, Terry.
It's time to read the career warning signs and talk to California Psychics. We're always on hand to give you the career guidance you need. You see, we only connect you with the very best. In fact, 98% of the psychics who apply to work with us don't make the grade. That's why we can guarantee if your reading isn't life-changing, it's free. So you could soon be telling your boss where to stick that report.
Where are you going, Terry? Terry!
Experience the joy of certainty. California Psychics. Call 1-800-PREDICT today and get 20 minutes for just $20.
This is Ron Schlauber from the Home Buyers of Pittsburgh. We've been simplifying the home selling process since 2015. If you're thinking of selling, give us a call. We'll help you get the most money in the least amount of time. Call 412-500-9057 or visit homebuyersofpittsburgh.com for a cash offer today.
Hearing the news every day is one thing. Hearing it hit home is something altogether different. That's the difference you hear every day on KDKA Radio. We go beyond the benign headlines and bring the news to life, your life. So stay here and hear the news and what a difference it makes. 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
Looking for a ride that's ready for anything Pittsburgh throws your way? Then it's time to meet the all-new 2025 Subaru Forester at Bowser Subaru. The 2025 Subaru Forester and its symmetrical all-wheel drive provides the confidence to explore from muddy trails to long stretches of highway. And with 3.9% APR for 48 months, you don't want to miss it. Don't wait. Visit Bowser Subaru today and take advantage of this limited time offer. With credit approval and financing through SMFL. See Bowser Subaru for complete details. Offer ends May 31st. Log on to BowserSubaru.com. Better yet, visit and take a test drive. Now that's the power of Bowser. BowserSubaru.com. Bowser Subaru, Route 51 South on top of the hill.
Pittsburgh, don't use the spring to paint your house. Do what Deanna did. She called Rhino Shield.
I was noticing some cracks and the paint's faded. I was like, okay, I think I should get my house painted. So my neighbor had a Rhino Shield placard in the yard. And after they were finished, I was just, wow. With the warranty and everything, it just seemed silly not to go that route.
Rhino Shield ceramic technology is formulated for our unique climate here in Pittsburgh.
So the Rhino Shield crew came out. Nothing was damaged in the process. I was very happy. They just didn't leave a mess. You couldn't even tell they were there. And the house looked so different. It just looked like a new home.
Backed by a 25-year transferable warranty. And now get the protection of Rhino Shield for 15% off the regular price.
Rhino Shield, I think it increases the value and the curb appeal of your home. Definitely worth it.
Here's Rhino Shield's Shane Smith.
This offer is limited, so call me at 888-RHINO-41. That's 888-RHINO-41.
Don't paint.
Don't vinyl.
Go Rhino.
Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
This is a Bloomberg Money Minute. With so many consumers cutting the cord with cable and switching to streaming services, two of the biggest cable TV providers in the U.S. are now merging. Charter Communications, the owner of Spectrum, is buying Cox Communications in a massive deal valued at about $35 billion. Shares of Charter up a little more than 1%. Elsewhere on Wall Street, after a week of big gains, stocks are barely budging today. Right now, the Dow, the Nasdaq, and the S&P are all up just a tiny fraction. U.S. consumer confidence unexpectedly falling to the second lowest level on record. It's at a 3-year low. That's according to the University of Michigan. And it's because so many people they spoke to are worried about the impact of the Trump tariffs, especially on inflation. They're fearing will go sharply higher. And there's a huge recall from Toyota, nearly 500,000 late-model Tundra and Tundra hybrid pickup trucks. That's to fix a problem with the rear lights where water is getting inside. Could short them out. Tom Busby, Bloomberg Radio.
Where Pittsburgh comes to talk. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Sorry about that delay. I'm confounded by people won't vote on Tuesday. So I got word that the folks waiting in line for that merchandise from that band, Pearl Jam, there were hundreds of people camped out overnight to get a damn T-shirt. Come on, man. They won't vote. But they'll stay up all night to spend $90 to get a T-shirt. Wow. Let me say this. If Eddie Vedder himself was at the other end of that line and was going to play me a song, I wouldn't stay up overnight. Wow, the line goes way up Fifth Avenue. Wow. There are hundreds of people. Hey, Mom. Yes, son. Mom. Yes, son. Me and the fellas, we're going down PPG. When, son? Right now. But son, it's Thursday. Huh? It's Thursday, son. It's Thursday afternoon. Yep. What do you mean you're going down there now? Huh? Son, your eyes look glazed over. Huh? So, why are you going down there now? Eddie Vedder stuff. Who? My band. Who? Eddie Vedder stuff. Pearl Jam, Ma. Huh? What about your job? I told the boss I was sick. Huh? Where are you going to sleep? Dude, outside, I think. For what? They got T-shirts. Oh. They slept outside all night of PPG for a T-shirt from Pearl Jam. But Patrick says this is Pittsburgh merch. I don't really care if Eddie wore the shirt to the gym and it smells like him. I don't care if they tell me I can work out with Eddie. I ain't staying up overnight. People. Let me say this. If there are 100, and there are, I have the video right here. One of my friends works down there. He just sent this to me. The line goes way up Fifth Avenue. Huh? Waiting for a T-shirt. Pittsburgh, dude. This is the original, dude. And they're like $80. They got to be unemployed, right? They have to be. Billy Sawyer's right. They're probably my age, and Billy's age. They're probably in their damn 60s. From what you can see, Patrick, they don't look to be that old. It doesn't look like they're that old. They just look like dudes.
I mean, some of them might be retired and have a little free time.
At least least back in the day, you could say, you put someone in line, they were waiting for tickets, and they were going to scalp them. You know what I'm saying? But this is some idiot, and I mean that in a nice way. They're probably nice idiots, and they're stoners, so, Just simple stuff like, where do you urinate at 3 in the morning if you're outside of PPG? Huh? Oh, you wore the diaper. I see. Someone help me. Just tell me why this... And it's not like you're going to go out and sell the, dude, Eddie Vedder t-shirt, $700. No one cares. Yes, they do care. They have a big following. But several hundred people slept all night outside of PPG, and they won't vote. You know why? It's raining, dude. Oh... It's raining, Mom. I can't vote. What do you mean? You stayed outside for 48 hours for a t-shirt. Eddie, Mom. Eddie. I tell you right now, I would. I don't have patience for an hour. I won't wait in line at the so-called greatest restaurant on earth for an hour. No. I am not waiting on an Eddie t-shirt overnight. I got in trouble at work once because I was making fun of the people that camp out to save $100 on a television set at Best Buy. On Freak Out Friday, whatever the hell they call it. I just don't get it. It has no value to me. I like the band. He's a wonderful singer. My boy's having him in his restaurant. They hang out all night. I get all that. But to imagine that I'm going to go downtown with my friends, and they're not old, Patrick. I'm looking in this line. It's going fast, but there are a lot of young people there. You know they won't vote on Tuesday. Dude, I was too tired. Burnt out, man. Jammed out, dude. They're a great band, but I told you I took my daughter to see Harry Styles at Madison Square Garden, New York. We waited 5 minutes for a t-shirt. That was it. We got one. We went to the show. Fine. But there were people outside in a line that was 2 miles long, waiting for Taylor Swift t-shirts. Hello. Time for therapy. Big time.
It's the little things. The information you need. People you know. The little things that make a big difference. The voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
The Village at St. Barnabas. The perfect place for mom.
Lunch was great. Lawrenceville is such a fun spot.
Can we stop at a bathroom?
Are you all right?
I keep having stomach issues after eating, like diarrhea, gas and bloating, abdominal pain, and sometimes oily stools.
Sound familiar? Those stomach issues may actually be a pancreas issue called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. Creon pancrelipase may help manage EPI. Creon is a prescription medicine used to treat people who can't digest food normally because their pancreas doesn't make enough enzymes.
Creon may increase your chance of fibrosing colonopathy, a rare bowel disorder. Tell your doctor if you have a history of intestinal blockage or scarring or thickening of your bowel wall, if you are allergic to pork, or if you have gout, kidney problems, or worsening of painful swollen joints. Call your doctor if you have any unusual or severe gastrointestinal symptoms or allergic reactions. Take Creon as directed by your doctor and always with food. Do not chew capsules as this may cause mouth irritation. Other side effects may include blood sugar changes, gas, dizziness, sore throat, and cough. These are not all the side effects of Creon. Call 800-633-9110 or visit creoninfo.com to learn more. That's CREONinfo.com.
I'm asking my doctor about EPI and if Creon could help.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio.
Seems everything costs more these days. Gas, groceries, and when's the last time you checked your wireless bill? When it comes to Big Wireless, if you're staying, you may be overpaying. Switch to Consumer Cellular to get the same fast nationwide coverage without the big wireless bill. Plans start at just $20 a month, and now for a limited time, new customers can get their second month free. Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit a store near you, or consumercellular.com and start saving today. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. Taxes, fees, and other third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
SchultzFord.com. 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 SchultzFord.com.
When you call yourself the voice of Pittsburgh, you have to know when to not talk. Sometimes you just need to be the ears of Pittsburgh. Just listen. Listen to what you have to say. These are complicated and uncertain times. But when you need us, we're here for you, and we're listening. A trusted source that you can count on to be here. 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA. KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh. W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's 84 degrees at Pittsburgh International. At 1 o'clock, I'm David Balamato. The news is brought to you by PJ Fitzpatrick. 45 years of experience and thousands of five-star reviews. TrustPJ.com. In a stunning setback, conservatives have blocked President Donald Trump's big tax breaks and spending cuts bill. House Republicans failed on Friday on a 16-21 vote to push it out of the Budget Committee. 5 GOP conservatives voted against it, demanding further cuts to Medicaid, green energy tax breaks, and other changes. Committee Chair Representative Jody Arrington put the panel into recess as talks continue, telling a whopping 1,116 pages the so-called One Big Beautiful Bill Act is teetering at a critical moment. At the same time, lawmakers from high-tax states, including New York, are demanding a deeper local tax deduction. Democrats call the package bad economics. President Trump, however, returning from his trip to Persian Gulf states, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and the United Arab Emirates. He claims to have gotten major business investment commitments among the U.S. and among those nations. A big winner, Boeing, for orders of aircraft. Other deals involve artificial intelligence processing centers and energy. CBS's Willie James Inman has more from the White House.
Trump administration essentially saying here that these investments are good for the American people, that it will bring jobs back to the United States. It's unclear if these investments will come to fruition because a lot of them are simply commitments.
State police will be involved in a motorcade this afternoon from Pittsburgh International Airport to Youngsville, PA. It's to bring home the remains of a World War II veteran and prisoner of war, Glenn Hodak, who died nearly 80 years ago. Up to 300 Patriot Guard riders are expected to participate in the caravan as well. It will leave the airport around 3:30 and head to Barkeyville at 5 p.m., where participants will pause for half an hour before taking Hodak's body back to its final resting place. Police say you should expect delays. Pittsburgh Regional Transit is preparing to install 5 bright red bus lanes in downtown next week, causing some temporary traffic disruptions. News Radio KDKA's Tamira Rush has more.
The new bus lanes are a part of PRT's ongoing University Line project, which will create a 6-mile transit corridor for buses from downtown through uptown and Oakland. Red bus lanes will be installed in 5 phases, with each phase impacting bus service and traffic patterns in the area beginning May 19th. Crews will establish traffic detours for most phases at 7 a.m. and the work will begin each evening at 8 p.m. When the bus lanes in downtown are complete, Route 61A, 61B, 61C, and 71B will travel in the new lanes, inbound on 5th Avenue and outbound on 6th Avenue. General traffic will do the opposite and travel inbound on 6th Avenue and outbound on 5th Avenue. Tamira Rush, News Radio KDKA.
On Wall Street at this hour, stocks are accelerating their gains from about a half hour ago. The Dow Jones Industrial Average is now up 211 points. The Nasdaq is higher to the tune of 21 points, and the S&P 500 is up a little bit more than 20 points right now. On Wall Street, in KDKA Sports, the Pirates at Philadelphia tonight. They're starting a 3-game series with the Phillies. Andrew Haney starts for the Bucks. KDKA Radio News Time, 1:03. Recently lost your health insurance or don't have insurance through an employer? Then it's time to call One Health Benefits today at 724-799-8873 for affordable options. It is 84, mostly cloudy in Pittsburgh. The AccuWeather forecast next.
Soldiers and Sailors Memorial Hall and Museum recognizes Pennsylvania's combat veterans who have received medals for gallantry. With this Hall of Valor moment, here's the curator of Soldiers and Sailors Memorial Hall and Museum, Michael Krause.
Sergeant Archibald Matthias of Allegheny County was awarded the Medal of Honor in World War II in Europe on February 20, 1944. The aircraft on which Sergeant Matthias was serving as engineer and turret gunner was attacked by a squadron of enemy fighters. The pilot was wounded and unconscious, and the co-pilot was killed. The crew managed to right the plane in order to fly it back to base and report the situation. They were ordered to parachute to safety and abandon the plane. But the navigator refused to leave the wounded pilot after the rest of the crew jumped to safety. In the attempt to land the plane, it crashed into an open field, killing the navigator, the pilot, and Sergeant Matthias.
To nominate a qualifying hero for the Hall of Valor, visit online at soldiersandsailorshall.org.
They call him Even Stevens for a reason. For a decade, Judge Craig Stevens delivered fair, balanced justice on the bench, presiding over 50,000 cases and serving more than 100 communities as a district judge. He's highly recommended by the Allegheny County Bar Association for his integrity, temperament, and experience. When you want a judge who's even, fair, and right down the middle, remember Even Stevens. Vote Judge Craig Stevens for Court of Common Pleas, number 20 on the ballot in the primary on May 20th.
Paid for by the committee to elect Craig Stevens.
Ouch! Checked from behind. Man, that's gotta hurt.
I'd hire Morgan & Morgan if I were them.
What?
Yeah, Dan, America's largest injury law firm. They serve up justice, ice, cold, law. Know what I mean?
I guess.
Their gloves come off when they fight for you.
Okay.
I'm talking a settlement slap shot.
Shouldn't we be talking about the game?
Yeah, Dan. Morgan & Morgan. Proud sponsor of the Pittsburgh Penguins. Offices Pittsburgh.
Injured? Dial pound law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Partly sunny, very warm and humid for the rest of today with a stray afternoon thunderstorm, high 85. Partly to mostly cloudy and mild tonight with a couple of heavy thunderstorms that can produce flooding downpours and damaging wind gusts. The low tonight 62. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Give your liver the support it needs with Active Liver. Go to newnordicusa.com, Amazon, or ask for Active Liver at your local CVS. New you, new Nordic.
The 50,000-watt voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
So a couple weeks ago, a woman reached out, needed some help with some cats. And we have a very engaged audience, and feral cats. And because otherwise the cats were going to be put to sleep. So folks reacted. Kitty Queen Cat Rescue, I love these folks. They stepped up and adopted most of them. However, the amazing woman who brought this to our attention is with us now to update us. Hey, Tracy, what's up?
Hi, Marty. Thanks for having me on again.
Yeah, so kind of tell us how this started and where we're at now so we can get some more help out there.
Okay. When we talked back in April, Sandy had been evicted from her trailer, which is in a trailer park. This is in, because I know a lot of people have questioned, this is in Economy Borough in Beaver County.
Yep.
So at that time, there were 20 adult cats at that time.
Right.
So there was a 60-day notice prior to the trailer being demolished. The trailer park is allowed to demolish the trailer anytime after May 19th. Kitty Queen stepped up, and they have taken in 12 of the adult cats and 2 of the kittens. At this time, they are unable to take in any more of the cats. So we have remaining 8 adult cats and 3 newly born kittens.
Oh,
to catch.
Where are they?
They are still living on the porch. Now, Sandy is no longer in the trailer home. She's living safely somewhere nearby, and she comes and checks on the cats and feeds them daily. However, the cats are still living under the trailer, on the trailer porch, and in an abandoned trailer behind on an adjacent lot. So the management at the trailer park have granted an extension for us to be able to trap and remove these cats to safe homes.
How much time?
Well, I have until the end of the month, but I do think that they would be gracious and extend me a little bit more time until they have all of the equipment together to demolish, because it has to be demolished and remove the trailer. So we need a rescue or rescues. It doesn't have to be one rescue. It could be 8 rescues to help with trapping, and my husband and I have been doing trapping. We can transport to a rescue. Most of these cats are feral. So they are feral cats. They'll either need to be domesticated, if possible, or placed into, say, barn homes.
I want to play this clip that this is from Sandy, right? Sandy sent this, right?
Yes, yesterday.
Right, Tracy? All right, listen.
You're on. Good afternoon, Marty. This is Sandy Rollins with the cats out in Economy Borough, and Tracy is here with me. And we have received notification from Kitty Queen that they are at their maximum and really can't take any more cats at this time. So we're down to the last week of doing this, and we're going to continue to trap, but we need to find gracious people who would take the last 8 cats. Doesn't have to be all at once, can be one at a time, 2 at a time. We just need advice, help. I need to be out of here by Monday myself.
Oh.
But we are able to come back on the property and trap cats. So we're just hoping you can find us a good answer to this very serious problem, because I don't know what else to do.
Oh.
I'm really grateful for all of your help. Thank you.
She's so sweet and obviously very
She
upset
is.
that the cats could get put to sleep is what we're saying here, right?
Yeah, I mean, because, you know, how feral cats are. They show up on your door, you feed them, and then 1 becomes 2 and 2 becomes 10. So she's cared for them because she's a compassionate person, and she doesn't want anything to happen to them.
One more time, though, Tracy, where are they physically at in case folks are interested in trying to make a difference here?
They are physically located in Economy Borough, which is in Beaver County. Now, we are right off of Big Swickley Creek Road, which actually is at the corner of Franklin Park. So we are just straddling the Allegheny County, Beaver County line.
Okay, and so they can meet you there or contact you?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
All right. And the truth is, how are they living now? How do they eat or anything?
Oh, well, Sandy comes every day, and she provides them with fresh food and water. On days that she can't, I go, or she has another friend that goes. They do have shelter. They're living on the porch or under the deck or under the trailer or under the trailer of the neighboring trailer that's also been abandoned. So they're safe for now, but both of these trailers are going to be demolished and replaced with new rentable trailers. And they
Sandy's
can't
okay.
do that while the cats
Sandy's
are there.
okay, though, right? For her housing. She's
yeah.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah, she's living not too far away. She took 4 of her indoor cats, and they're with her. And, Sandy's doing good. She's even doing much better with her health. So she's doing much better. She just wants to make sure that the cats are going to be okay.
All right, my friend. We love you, and I'll let you know as soon as somebody reaches out.
Thank you so much, and I will keep you updated.
All right. It's tough. Patrick mentioned something. This is, they reproduce a lot during this time of year, these cats, as she mentioned. And we need some, by the way, Kitty Queen is amazing. These rescues struggle, man, financially. They struggle. It's all donations. Kitty Queen Cat Rescue has been phenomenal. They take these cats in, they spay and neuter them if they're not, and they adopt them out. If something doesn't happen in the next couple of weeks, these cats will be gathered up and put down, to be perfectly honest. All right? Let us know. I admire the hell out of folks and their love for cats. I find it absolutely fascinating. I want to take an earlier break here, Ryan, and I want to come back, and I want to talk about Springsteen. You got to hear this sound. Springsteen and Trump. You got to hear this. When we come back. We're right back.
Did you know that now you can listen to all your favorite stations, including this one, shows, and even podcasts, all on the Odyssey app? Download it now.
Oh, by the way, Ivan's no longer on the project. His wife got a new job, so they're moving across the country.
Robin's top researcher is deviating to a new market. This isn't standard.
And now we're short-staffed. Who's going to finish all these projects?
She needs a cluster of new data analysts, and there's no margin for error.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Put our matching platform to work so you can spend less time searching and more time connecting with talented candidates. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Selling your home
It's one of the biggest financial decisions you'll ever make. You could go it alone, trying to navigate market trends, determine fair pricing, and tackle tricky negotiations on your own. You could second-guess every decision, wondering if you're doing it right. Then there's the showings, the offers, and the mountain of paperwork. Or you could work with the expertise of a realtor, here to guide and help protect as you make your next big move. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. Right by you.
Hey, folks, it's Marty. This is something very special to me. I've been talking about Gunny's Ridge, a special place for veterans and first responders. You can honor a loved veteran or first responder with a fruit tree in the Honor Orchard of Gunny's Ridge. It's $122. The number 22 represents the number of veterans who take their lives each day. Gunny's Ridge is a special place. You must check it out at gunnysridge.org. This Honor Orchard is a beautiful thing. GunnysRidge.org.
Don't delay in getting that plumbing repair done. Call Palucci Plumbing today for all of your plumbing needs. From trenchless sewer repair and waterline repairs and replacement, hot water tanks, sewer camera inspections, to Pittsburgh potty repairs, no job is too small for Palucci Plumbing. Owners Amy and Nick Palucci have been in business for over 20 years, so give them a call for your next plumbing repair or replacement. Palucci Plumbing, 412-782-5050. That's 412-782-5050.
Get connected. That's the Inside Connection this Saturday morning at 9 with your local Medicare experts from MediConnect. If you're turning 65, hear all the inside information available to seniors on the Inside Connection, presented by MediConnect. Medicare made simple.
Get Marty is brought to you by Perry Calder. When it matters most, contact Perry Calder Law.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6481. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call
800-575-6481. That's 800-575-6481.
Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Couple of stories about Bowser that kind of explain why we're about to buy our 5th Bowser car. So two things. My wife has a new Santa Fe. It's actually very cool. And we got it at Bowser, of course. And I saw when she pulled out a couple times some oil in the garage. Called Bowser. They sent folks to the house, picked up the car, took it to Bowser, fixed it, and brought it back. Come on, man. It's amazing. Then, a family friend got messed around on a car deal. I'm just telling you. Bad deal. Bowser took it over, sold the car for them at auction, and then got him a great deal on a Subaru. Had the woman crying. Look, man, this is a family business that treats you like family. It's why we're about to lease our 5th Bowser car. Bowser gets it, man. Every single day. The best there is. Bowser.
Pittsburgh's 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
For context, the President of the United States is probably the most famous man on earth. Watch the news cycle. He's about 60% of the news cycle. Okay? Okay. They have big parades for him. He's got his own private jets. The kings treat him like a king. Fine. They also get criticized. Fine. This one, Trump, regardless of the success or failures he's had, I don't spend much time on Trump. It's not worth it to me. It's this. He's just a weird guy, and he's had limited success, but he does, and I don't pick on him much. I just don't. I know his popularity. I know his plans, blah, blah, blah. Bruce Springsteen. Depending on the number, he sold 150 to 200 million records. He's worth probably $700 million. He's one of the most influential rock stars in American history, world history, quite frankly. Insanely popular. Most rock stars like that, outside of Kid Rock and a few others, don't like Trump. Most of them are liberals. It's just the way it is. If I'm the Republican president, I blow them off. I ignore them like the mosquito. Trump can't. And my thing is, with so much going on in the world, my God, in America, in the Middle East, and with inflation and tariffs and car prices and China and the middle, let's get down to this. Play the clip. So Springsteen's playing overseas in Europe. He hates Trump, and he makes a comment. It's about, what is it, Ryan, about 90 seconds, brother? Yeah, he can't stand Trump. Fine. Play it, though. Listen. This is Bruce.
That won't bow down to their ideological demands. They're removing residents off American streets and without due process of law are deporting them to foreign detention centers and prisons. This is all happening now. A majority of our elected representatives have failed to protect the American people from the abuses of an unfit president and a rogue government. They have no concern or idea of what it means to be deeply American. The America that I've sung to you about for 50 years is real. And regardless of its faults, is a great country with a great people. So we'll survive this moment.
Basically, doesn't like Trump's immigration policies. Get in line. Bruce. I worshipped him growing up. I knew every word to every song. Every single word to every song. Not as much anymore, because you see him enough, you see him enough. He's insanely successful. I mean, he's a living legend. How old is Springsteen? Because I saw him with his wife recently. He looks amazing. He stays fit, blah, blah, blah. Looks like he's had a little work. There's a point to what I'm about to say. Because he's 75. He looks amazing. I thought he was in his 60s. So, he makes that statement. And again, in context of what's going on in the world, what Trump is responsible for, which is insane. Here's what he says about Springsteen. Again, this is my issue with Trump. It's that sophomoric, I'm a bully, you're a loser mentality. This is what he does that shows no class. And if you love him, you like this crap. But I just think that he should take the high road and blow off Springsteen because it's irrelevant. But he has to say this. And again, Springsteen really didn't go after Trump. He just said, I can't stand his immigration policy, in essence. That set Trump off. Quote, I see that highly overrated Bruce Springsteen goes to a foreign country to speak badly of the President of the United States. Never liked him. Never liked his music. He's not a talented guy. 200 million records. Just a pushy, obnoxious jerk. Now again, this isn't your drunk neighbor at the bar. This isn't Barfly. This isn't leaving Las Vegas. This is the President of the United States, who could never be a teacher because he ain't got no class. He's a pushy, obnoxious jerk. And then he goes after Biden, of course, who fervently supported crooked Joe Biden, a mentally incompetent fool, and the worst ever president who came close to destroying our country. It would have been gone if he was elected. America. And then he continues. Now, again, people criticize rock stars, movies, food. This is the president. Little more going on. Sleepy Joe didn't have a clue. But Springsteen is dumb as a rock. One of the greatest songwriters in music history. Not disputable. Regarding Springsteen, this dried out prune of a rocker, his skin is all atrophied. Wow. Ought to keep his mouth shut. My point is very clear. That is not what presidents do. Look, beat up Springsteen all you want, but he's a record guy. He plays music for a living. He doesn't affect world policy with one tweet. He doesn't. He can't put the greatest powers on earth at war with one text, one post. He sends the market into a free fall. It's happened. One speech. One destroys people's lives. One has the power that no man has ever had before in that office. It is the time to take on Bruce Springsteen and call him a dried out prune. His skin is atrophied. Thank you, Mr. President. You're all class. Regardless of the success that we're having as a country, whether you think this is success or not, regardless of whether you think Trump is a good president or not, whether you like his policies or not, the point is not arguable that he needs to stay the F out of this stuff. Calling people fat, stupid, ugly, atrophied, failures, idiots, jerks, incompetent, fools, dumb as a rock, ugly, stupid. He's the president. Bruce is a singer. Who cares? Who will be tomorrow? Who? Rosie O'Donnell. No, did her already. Already went after her. Why does this stuff matter to Trump? Because he's a child. That's what scares me. That's what troubles me. He spent a week calling kings and sheiks and the leaders of Arab countries handsome and tall. Boy, you're handsome and good looking. Really, man? Really? Headline in the Wall Street Journal today. A conservative newspaper. So you know. Here's what they said about Trump's antics. And again, the Wall Street Journal. Here's what their headline reads. He calls them handsome, attractive, tough. Trump's bromance with Arab leaders. Folks, it's just not normal. It just isn't. It makes no sense to me. I have no idea how it happens and why he does it, but it doesn't make him presidential.
Loyalty has its rewards at your neighborhood Par-Mar store. See for yourself. Download the Par-Mar Stores app today and find deals, coupons, and earn points to get free groceries. Dan Zangrili reminding you that if there's not a Par-Mar store near you now, there will be soon.
While you sleep, there are people you've never met who are working hard to make your mornings. People who get up at ungodly hours to make sure you get the information you want while you sleep. People who dedicate their lives to make yours better while you sleep. These people come together during the Big K Morning Show with Larry Richard, 5:30 to 10 in the morning, to make sure you have the best news, traffic, and weather to start your day. Wake up to your friends. Weekday mornings on the Voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Honey, I found the perfect place for my parents and us.
Where?
St. Barnabas. For us, the Woodlands Carriage Home Community. And for my parents, condominium-style living at the Village. My folks will love the Village. There's an indoor mall with shops, restaurants, and more. And we can relax, knowing they're safe and secure.
That's what I plan to do when we move to St. Barnabas. Relax.
Call 724-444-5568 or visit stbarnabascommunities.com.
Hearing the news every day is one thing. Hearing it hit home is something altogether different. That's the difference you hear every day on KDKA Radio. We go beyond the benign headlines and bring the news to life. Your life. So stay here and hear the news and what a difference it makes. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
From the Aetna Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's 83 degrees in Pittsburgh International at 1:30. I'm David Malamado. 4 Republican House members, fiscal hawks, all voted against what President Trump called his one big beautiful bill to implement his agenda in the Budget Committee, putting the measure as now written in doubt. Speaker Mike Johnson is still trying to tee up a final vote in the House next week. Republicans Chip Roy, Ralph Norman, Josh Burkeen, and Andrew Clyde were not willing to accept the legislation, as we hear from CBS News' Taureen Small on Capitol Hill.
They're also unsatisfied with the timeline that comes with these work requirements that were attached to Medicaid.
Hundreds of people from all around the United States and Canada are waiting along Fifth Avenue this afternoon in a merchandise line for rock band Pearl Jam, playing 2 shows tonight and Sunday at PPG Paints Arena. Fans like Jennifer, who made the trip from Ottawa, are hoping to get their hands on a rare poster or Pittsburgh-specific merchandise.
It's not only just about the merchandise, it's about socializing in the line and meeting new friends and the fans, and it's just an experience on its own.
Pearl Jam last played here in 2013. If you're looking for something else to do this weekend and you love music, the Millville Music Festival gets underway tonight and tomorrow. Paul Bassong, producer and director of the festival, tells the Big K Morning Show there will be 30 stages of entertainment.
8 years, and it's grown to over 300 acts over tonight and all day tomorrow. So it's quite the accomplishment in a town of 3,300 people. It'll probably bring 20,000 people into town over those 2 days.
The festival's free, but donations will be accepted to support the bands. On Wall Street, the Dow is up 234 points. The Nasdaq is 62 points higher. The S&P 500 up 29 points. KDK Radio News Time 1:31. Our next update's at 2 o'clock. I'm David Ballarado on the Voice of Pittsburgh News Radio KDKA.
Are you ready to take a walk on the wild side and have some family fun? Get to Living Treasures Animal Park in the Laurel Highlands. Living Treasures has animals from all over the world. With over 300 animals you and the family will love. Their concession stand is now open weekends, and they have hay rides on the weekends for family fun. Stay at the Log Cabin Suites with up to 6 bedrooms available. Plan your staycation today at funanddonegal.com. Living Treasures Animal Park of the Laurel Highlands, where animals are loved.
Protect your home and auto with a bundle from Progressive so you can stop worrying about them and invent new things to worry about, like snakes in your bedroom. Sure, that sounds incredibly irrational, but now that we've mentioned it, you are a little worried. The odds of one snake, let alone snakes plural, are so slim. But you might want to check. Oh, you're not near your bedroom. Guess you'll just have to sit there and worry about it. So let Progressive protect your home and auto, because you've got enough to worry about. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers not available in all states.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting great candidates? Well, they're not hard to find when you go to ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. People who are actively looking for jobs like yours. So it's easy to find the right person fast. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
At UPMC Hillman Cancer Center, we believe cancer care shouldn't just be good enough. It should be life-changing. As the region's only National Cancer Institute designated comprehensive cancer center, we provide groundbreaking treatments and innovative clinical trials with renowned cancer specialists and a compassionate support system for patients and their families. Discover more at upmchillman.com/lifechanging.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred roofing replacement contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
For the rest of today, times of sun and clouds. Very warm and humid. A thunderstorm in spots this afternoon, the high 85. Partly to mostly cloudy and mild tonight. A couple of heavy thunderstorms overnight can produce flooding, downpours, and damaging winds, the low 62. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's not too late for a deep spring cleaning on your home. Give my friends at Zero Res a call today. Get 3 rooms of carpet clean for only $129 and take $50 off your air duct cleaning. Visit ZeroResPGH.com.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at KennyRoss.com.
Hi, this is Larry Richard. Join us Monday on the Big K Morning Show, 5:30 until 10. We kick off Memorial Week as a group of veterans make their way through Pittsburgh on their way to the memorials in Washington, D.C. We'll go live.
I love those folks. Hope you folks have a great weekend planned. I gotta clean out the garage. I hate cleaning, man. I hate when people say they like that spring cleaning. They gotta be on gummies or something. They just do. The garage gets all gross, so I have to clean it out. I don't mind, but it's the notion that people enjoy that stuff. You're full of crap. I like hanging out with my family, like get pizza, have some ice cream, work out. I love that family stuff, but cleaning out the garage, come on, man. Ain't happening. I mean, I'm doing it. Go ahead, John. Thanks for holding.
Hey, Marty, Marty, you must have forgot when Obama called Kanye West a jackass.
Okay, so he did. That makes him better? See how these people are? This is what annoys me. Yes, I hung up on him. This is what, he punched him in the face, so Donald can too. So because one's a jerk, the other's a jerk? Come on, man. Every single day it's this crap with Trump. And my man, I'm not trying to change your mind. You are what you are. You like that he's ignorant on a daily basis. I don't. I think it shows a complete lack of class. And no, I really didn't fixate on whether Obama called someone a jackass. I just didn't, sir. But I do fixate when Trump, considering what's happening in the world, when Trump goes off on this rocker. I think there's more important things to address, sir. Trumpers. Go ahead. Is it?
All right, Marty. Marty?
Is it Dane or Dave? What?
Dan.
Oh, Dan.
Yeah.
Oh, man, go
the
ahead.
thing that drives me nuts about Trump is when he starts out a conversation or makes a speech, he sounds like he's intelligent the first 2 sentences, and he always makes the third sentence, which takes it right off the rails.
Well, he does this weird stuff, too. Like he was going to make Gaza into a resort, and we saw these stupid Trump hotels and stuff. A resort. He just does weird stuff. And the stuff with the plane. That you're an idiot if you don't take a free plane. Look, I told my wife this, and if you listen to me, and I know you do because you can't help it, I don't obsess on Trump. I just don't. I don't spend much time on him. I hope he crushes it. I just wish he would shut up about Bruce Springsteen. Donald, no one cares about that stuff, so show some class. That's all. On Friday, he's telling some Arab sheik, you're very handsome. It's weird. It's weird. That's all I'm saying. That's all. I'm done. Let's get to something serious. So, I had to grab Max. It's actually extraordinary. My man Max, what's up?
What's up, Marty?
All right, so you sent me a video that was compelling as hell. Kind of set us up when you took it and what was happening in that video, because I got to tell you what happened.
So, like any other day, I'm just walking to and from work,
I'm sorry, I'm on an important call right now. So anyway, I'm walking down Fifth Ave right now. Anyway, so I'm walking to work like I normally do, and I just see this guy nodding off. He's like reaching down, trying to touch his toes, but he's, you know, under the influence of probably fentanyl or.
Yeah, he's high.
He's high as heck. Yeah. So, you know, I see it, and then I shoot it, and I'm like, I'll just, you know, send it to Marty, and, you know, another typical day downtown is what it is.
To which, the point I make with this, and the point Mad Max makes, and he's right, is that we're these people that help. And so what's fascinating is how they pay attention to our shows, and then they pay attention to our videos. And I wanted Patrick to kind of engage what these folks on the street have said, because they say they noticed this, and they say they understand the problem. But Patrick, kind of get into some of what they actually stated. They basically said we can't do anything. Go ahead.
Well, yeah, so someone who says he's part of the outreach team that uses an anonymous handle to make comments on our videos and posts said, you know, what else do you want them to do? They can call EMS, but they're not going to be able to give them Narcan or anything because they're not unresponsive. The person goes on, you know, as the only thing they can do is keep them from wandering into the street and getting hurt.
So that's their plan, Max. And I think that's ignorant, too. They are hired and trained to intervene, get help, get counseling, get folks into treatment. And he basically says, I can't do anything unless he starts to die, and then we give him Narcan, or if he tries to run in the street, I can grab him. That's BS, Max. If that's as good
It's so back afterwards, Marty. It's ridiculous.
It is.
And so you have to wait for somebody to be, you know, in the throes of an overdose or dying on the street before you can intervene or do anything. Meanwhile, you know, Joe Addict has been Narcan 5 times.
Right on.
Is known, you know, to be a danger to himself and to others.
Right.
And, you know, we just continue to allow it to happen. Well, when they're ready for help, you know, we're here for them. But until they're ready, you know, we're just going to keep continuing to allow them to do what they do. We can't
in their defense, Max, and I think you've been with me. We used to go on Smithfield Live, and I've seen those folks. They really do give a damn. The counselors.
Yeah,
they really do.
Yeah. Their hands are tied. The laws need to change to be able to force people into treatment.
Right.
And, you know, you just got these people day in and day out. They're a drain on resources.
Yep.
You know, they're a drain on 911. They get called out. They have to respond. They show up. Oh, okay, nothing wrong here, and then they leave. Or they Narcan the person. Hey, you know, we can get you into treatment. I've been on some of those calls. You know, hey, why don't you come with us? We'll get you into a place. We'll get you help. No, I'm good, man. I'm good. Once they get Narcan, they're all set.
Well,
and then that same person will get Narcan later.
I've seen them Narcan live, and here's what happens. And I know you know this. They get angry.
Oh, yeah, they come up swinging sometimes.
Yeah, I've seen it. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you just ruin their high.
And I'm not picking on them. They need help. But my point is this, and there are laws out there, not here, but in other places, where what happens is they come up on you, the cops or the counselors, you have a choice. You go to get treatment or you go to jail. That's it. And
I would like to see a frequent flyer card. You get Narcan twice. The third time you're going into rehab. You don't get a say.
Right.
It needs to change. We can't keep doing this. We can't keep perpetuating addiction. You know, you say it's compassion, but you're not. You're killing these people with kindness, and you're ruining it for everybody else.
Well, there are EMTs, and you know this too, that have Narcan people 3 times in a day.
Oh, that's a fact.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It needs to change, but it's going to take somebody with the spine to do it. You know, to keep saying, oh, we can't do this because it's the laws. Well, change the laws.
Yeah,
change the laws.
There should not be. I was downtown with Patrick shooting live this week, and you saw it. A lot of people saw it. There are people stoned off their asses everywhere, and there's no one helping anywhere. Now I get these calls. We have a minister that helps, and we'll come with you the next time. My thing is they have to have a proactive go team out there all day long. Get them off the streets, get them into help, and get on with our lives here.
Absolutely. And the other frustrating thing is, you know, these advocates that wander into these encampments, and, you know, I've shown plenty of them that are absolutely squalid.
Yep.
They're stepping over all this garbage to get to these people. Hey, how you doing today? And, you know, yet what resources are you bringing to bear to get these encampments cleaned up and help these people and, get the needles cleaned up and all the trash? There's tons of rats everywhere.
And gave them those needles. How many did they give out last year? It was some sick number you had.
1.67 million in 2024 as of October. That's the numbers that I have. Right. In 2023, over 2 million syringes in Pittsburgh alone.
Given out free.
Given out free. And as Andy Sheehan stated several times in many different stories he's done, the syringe exchange program isn't operating as an exchange at all. They're just giving the needles out and not collecting them, and that's why they're in all these green spaces everywhere. Syringe litter everywhere. It's disgusting.
And their theory is we want people to have clean needles. Okay, but all you're doing is enabling them and making it worse.
Yeah, you're taking away the downside of addiction and making it safe for everybody to use and abuse. And where is the incentive for people to stop?
And this young man that you taped this morning, you can't identify him. It's all from behind. He's stoned off his you-know-what.
Yeah.
And their story is, well, we really can't help him. Then why are you around? There has to be a better plan here.
Right. What purpose do you serve if you're not going to? It's just so frustrating, Marty.
No, and the video's compelling, and I appreciate the truth from you, Max. Thanks, brother.
You got it.
2 million needles, free. And they all end up in the, right there on the side of the road, right there on the trails, and oftentimes in the river. I mean, just saying.
All the news you need for your day and the sports, music, and podcasts you love are all on the free Odyssey app. Download now.
Judge Michelle Santacola is running for a seat on the Allegheny County Court of Common Pleas. With decades of legal experience and currently serving as magisterial district judge, Michelle Santacola has always applied fairness and integrity to the thousands of cases she has presided over. She is highly recommended by the Allegheny County Bar Association and widely endorsed by various labor organizations.
I'm Judge Michelle Santacola. I'd be honored to earn your vote on May 20th.
Paid for by Friends of Michelle Santacola.
Attention. Have you racked up $10,000 or more in credit card debt? Are you barely getting by making minimum payments? With credit card debt reaching all-time highs, National Debt Relief is notifying consumers about significant debt relief options currently being made available to help those with overwhelming credit card debt. These options may reduce a large portion of credit card debt for those who qualify. You don't need to declare bankruptcy or take out a consolidation loan, and you may only have to pay back a fraction of what you owe, even if you have bad credit. National Debt Relief has already reduced the credit card debt for more than 550,000 consumers, so don't wait. If you owe $10,000, $20,000, or even $100,000 in credit card debt, you can now take advantage of this financial debt relief as the cost of living continues to skyrocket. To check what debt reduction you may qualify for, call 800-207-4545. That's 800-207-4545. Once again, that's 800-207-4545.
College holds a mythic place in American culture, but there are stories you won't hear on the campus tours.
The higher-ups are concerned about one thing, and that is avoiding scandal.
I'm Margot Gray. On the new podcast, Campus Files, we cover everything from rigged admissions to the drama of Greek life and student protests. Listen to and follow Campus Files, an Odyssey original podcast. Available now on the free Odyssey app and wherever you get your podcasts.
You just realized your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. Start at Indeed.com/credit.
When you call yourself the voice of Pittsburgh, you have to know when to not talk. Sometimes you just need to be the ears of Pittsburgh. Just listen. Listen to what you have to say. These are complicated and uncertain times. But when you need us, we are here for you, and we're listening. A trusted source that you can count on to be here. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Hey, folks, it's Marty. These guys are good. Before Oakmont Country Club hosts the big event in June, they need to replace their deck. My favorite family-owned construction company, C&S Cousins Construction, won the contract. 3 local guys, love them. Sam, Steve, and Calvin. If you're replacing your windows, doors, decks, everything from the top of your house to the patio, call them now. From planning, design to construction, C&S Cousins Construction are here to enhance and expand your living space. C&S Cousins Construction, 989 Cousins. 989-COUSIN.
Folds of Honor has been meeting Sacrifice with Hope since 2019 in Western PA. It's their honor to empower people through education and the opportunities it creates. 41% of Folds of Honor scholarships are awarded to minorities, making recipient families as diverse as the country we call home. Folds of Honor has earned the Gold Star Platinum Seal, as well as 4 out of 4-star rankings on Charity Navigator. You can join their squadron today at westernpa.foldsofonor.org. Please donate today. Spitzer Toyota of Monroeville is a proud supporter of Folds of Honor.
Hey, folks, it's Marty. Turning 65? Are you overwhelmed by Medicare options? With over 60 plans to choose from, it's easy to get confused. MediConnect is hosting free in-person workshops across Pittsburgh for answers you need. No obligation, just advice. Whether you have questions about coverage, prescriptions, retirement goals, MediConnect's team will assist in finding the right plan for you. Call 888-818-6334. 888-818-6334. Medicare made simple.
Hear about it, then talk about it. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
I wanted to play this Gainey clip. This is on social. We just released this. Listen.
We need to continue to show unprecedented unity, celebrate culture and diversity, and stand up for our neighbors. Together, we can make Pittsburgh the greatest city in the world. Let's get it done. Thank you.
Okay, I want to play that again. Listen to what he says.
I'm proud that under my leadership, Pittsburgh now ranks first in population growth in Pennsylvania and is growing faster than any city in the state. Since the 60s, our city has faced decades of population decline and disinvestment. But our ability to reverse that trend in the last few years is a testament to the hard work of my administration.
Okay, that's politics. The numbers say that the city grew by 3,000 people. Come on, Ed. 3,000. Come on, man. It ain't downtown. The election's Tuesday. You have to vote. I hope you show up and vote. I'm out there all the time. As you know, I'm on the streets. I grew up here. All my family's here. All my friends are here. I went to high school here, blah, blah, blah. I've 8,000 friends that own businesses that are cops, nurses, doctors, lawyers, and maybe I'm the only idiot, but everyone I know wants change in Pittsburgh, whether it's Ed or Corey who brings that change, I don't know, but we better change. And if Ed thinks 3,000 people is some miracle of explosion in population, he's wrong. Wrong. When I was a kid, Pittsburgh was over 600,000. Now it's hanging on to 3. And this crap that downtown's fine, I'm down there all the time, and so are my boys, as you hear, and it's bad. And in terms of job growth and economic growth, we finished 40th out of 40 cities. That's just the truth. Investment and venture capital and significant problem with housing. The city is the biggest slumlord in the region with 10,000 vacant properties. Middle-class families cannot buy a house anywhere in this town. They just can't. Pittsburgh better do better, or we're done. And we're sliding. Go ahead, Jay.
Hey, I normally listen to you, bro. I like your show. But sometimes you go off, and I don't know where you're going with it. Like, you're saying you don't want them to give them clean needles? So
I'm not saying that. I'm saying we need a better picture than here's a needle. I'm saying you give them a choice. You get rehab. We're going to take you to counseling, get you mental health treatment, get you alcohol treatment, or you go to jail.
That sounds nice, but that's not how addiction works. They're going to use. What do you
mean that's not how addiction works? If we offer someone treatment, what do you mean? I've been around as many addicts as you have, man. Sorry.
It doesn't take, a lot of times it don't take the first time, bro.
I know this. I have really close friends that I did 6 interventions on, at least.
I'd rather them have clean needles. That way there's more people out here that are not infested with HIV and hepatitis and all kinds of stuff.
But, my man, they're not collecting the dirty needles, so we have 2 million needles on the street and in piles and in the water.
Yeah, that is a problem.
It is,
however, I still want them to get clean needles.
I get that, too. But have you been downtown?
I live downtown.
It's bad.
I understand.
Okay.
I work the night shift. I seen it.
No, you know.
It's the same. It's been the same problems all over the city in different areas.
It's true.
In the 90s, we had the same problems, but I didn't see us.
Hold on, that was crack. Well, we ought to do better in this decade then. Don't you think? Jay, I love your call, by the way. I've always have. Don't you think we need change? Whether it's Gainey or Corey, I don't care.
We definitely need change, but we got to give it time.
What do you mean time? What do you mean time?
This fentanyl solution, this stuff is strong, bro.
Hold on, man.
It's not
Hold on, brother. Fentanyl deaths this year are down 30%. 30%. We're winning that battle. We're saving lives.
Yeah, that's numbers.
Huh?
We're not winning in these streets, though. Those are just numbers. Look around.
What do you mean? Those are lives saved. My man, hold on, man. I like facts, and I love your passion, but last year, hold on.
We're not winning.
Last year, we had 110,000 deaths from fentanyl. This year, 83,000. That's a lot. That's a big drop, my man.
Yeah.
We're doing better.
How much drugs came in when they closed all the borders and during 9/11?
Now you're off on a tangent that makes no sense. You're always welcome here. I love you. I love his passion. I love the fact that he knows the streets. But when people start heading off into I don't know what he's talking. I'm talking about here and now and today in Pittsburgh. I love your call. You're always welcome, and I've always loved hearing from him. But Pittsburgh needs change. And when I tell him about the needles, okay, I've heard that argument about the clean needles, and there is data that suggests that he's right. However, we got 2 million needles on the trails where people are walking with their kids, man. Come on. And then Ron says, who's going to change the law? What law? Just do your damn job. Intervene with these folks. Get them help. Today. They're human beings. Look, I was just down there. I interviewed 2 of them live. I mean, a woman had this psychotic episode right there. I mean, it's not like I don't know this stuff. I've done at least 20 interventions in my life, at least. But the circle needs to stop. We got to do better, man. And passing out 2 million free needles that gets tossed in the river, I'm not seeing that as being productive. And a 3,000 person population growth doesn't help us downtown. Man, we did a walk downtown live this week. It's grimy, man. I mean, there's people camped out, laying in the street, high as kites. Mental illness, drug addiction, alcohol. I mean, tents everywhere. It's not good, and we have to do better, and we need change, and I just hope you folks vote. I'm not telling you who to vote for, who's going to make that change, but we need change. Jay, you're great. You're welcome anytime to call here. But going back to 9/11 and the crack epidemic in the 90s doesn't do me any good today. Friday, May 16th, 2025. It doesn't, sir. I'll look at today and tomorrow, not 30 years ago. Like the guy said Obama called someone a name. I really don't care what Obama did 20 years ago. I'm talking about Trump having some dignity and acting like a man today. Colin's next.
The Village at St. Barnabas, the perfect place for mom.